Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
You could be driving.
Honda has won more U.S. News and World Report awards than any other brand in the last decade. And now you can add another one to the list, being named the best car brand of 2022. Come get your Honda today at Louisiana's #1 Honda dealer, Team Honda on Siegen Lane.
Visit Treads & Care Tire Company's new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for over 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair and top-notch customer service.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
No one can stop me when I taste the feeling. Nothing could ever bring me down. Nothing could ever bring me down. Taste the feeling.
Hello and welcome as we start today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. Here's hoping all is well with you and yours in your little slice of heaven since the last opportunity we had to spend a little time with you and yours. We start today's show with sad news and the fact that heaven now has two of its best angels. We told you on Tuesday that Deputy Nick Toulier's family was asking for prayers, saying that doctors informed them that his condition had turned critical due to a worsening infection. And quite frankly, they said, quote, "We don't know how much time he has left." Well, it was announced by the family today that Deputy Toulier, after 6 years of the bravest fight you will ever see in your life, finally succumbed to the injuries sustained during that deadly ambush of our law enforcement officers here on July 17th of 2016. Mayor Sharon Weston Broome released the following statement after the news broke. Quote, "Deputy Nick Toulier is a true hero who served East Baton Rouge Parish with honor and distinction. Deputy Toulier and his fellow law enforcement officers put their lives on the line so the rest of us could stay safe. His life epitomized what it means to protect and serve. I have ordered the flags at half-staff at all city parish buildings in his honor. Please join me in keeping his family and loved ones in your thoughts and prayers." By the way, a procession down I-12 is planned for today at 2:30 p.m. from Our Lady of the Lake to a funeral home in Livingston Parish. It occurred to me this morning as I read this sad news that ever since that fateful day, I have worn, I don't know how many of you have ever noticed or can see because of the way the set is, but I've worn these two blue bands that were given to me by some dear friends, law enforcement officers, for 6 years now. One of them reads, "Never forget, July 17th, 2016, Brad, Montrell, and Matthew." It now has to be changed. The names that were initially on these bands included deputies Montrell Jackson, Matthew Gerald, and Brad Garafola, BRPD, and the Sheriff's Office. We now have to add the name of Nick Toulier to that list as well. I hope that I encounter someone in law enforcement that I know the widow of Montrell is the one that started the Don't Let Hate Infect Your Heart. That is the smaller of the two blue bands that I've worn every day now for 6 years. If you are a member of the community of faith, again, I don't know anyone in the Touye family personally, but I know enough about them to know that they would certainly appreciate you keeping them in both your thoughts and your prayers. Meanwhile, the family of Devin Page Jr., after laying that darling toddler to rest, is still looking for answers. Some 22 days since that child was killed in his sleep by a stray bullet. The family says that they want to spare this sort of pain for others, children and innocent people, as they continue to be gunned down in Baton Rouge. It is at the point now where members of Devin's family say they're ready to leave Baton Rouge. Quote, "We're taking the first flight out of here because this community is unsafe. It's not a day that goes by that someone doesn't get killed. Every day, someone is killed or getting killed." This is a sad commentary all the way around. And I will leave to you to determine what current events say about our society and where we're heading. But when we're talking about an individual that swore an oath and dedicated his life to protecting and serving, murdered in a horrific fashion, and then talking about a toddler hit by a stray bullet while sleeping next, by the way, to his 1-year-old sibling, that's a wake-up call, y'all. It's a wake-up call, pure and simple. And when all is said and done, we will have no one to blame but ourselves if we as a society, a community, don't step up to the plate and do what needs to be done. Meanwhile, I want to give you guys and girls a heads up to be weather aware over the next week or so. WEA, not WHE. Weather versus weather, as in whether or not. We are expecting a strong front to move through this weekend, and after that, you know what's coming, right? The ungodly, oppressive heat and humidity will return to South Louisiana. You know, it's amazing. Part of the human experience is such that there are things you learn to deal with, and there are other things you never get used to. I'm a Louisiana boy, but my God, the heat and humidity is something you never, ever get accustomed to. I mean, we deal with it because it is what it is. It comes with where we live. That's just a part of it. But at the end of the day, heat and humidity, get ready because it's coming. So you may, this weekend, as you are celebrating Mother's Day, go ahead and start the process of hydration because we're going to need it. This is May. We've still got the rest of the month. Then we've got June, July, August, most of September into early October. We're going to be dealing with it. So start the process early. Get your body acclimated to what's coming in the near future. And speaking of that time, we are less than 30 days away from the start of hurricane season. Never, ever is it too early to start your preparations. All you have to do is think back to recent memory, what we've been through here in South Louisiana. What's the old saying? Pray for the best, but expect the worst. Now is the time. And please understand, we have no idea how much worse the supply chain crisis is going to get in this country. That being said, you don't want to wait. Well, Clarence, we got such great forecasting options these days. They'll let us know well in advance to start watching. Yeah, but at that point, when you decide to get out and get your supplies, might be a little tough to get. So I understand folks' budgets being what they are with COVID and unemployment, state of the economy, and all those things. But as you go this month to the grocery store, make it a point, if possible, to grab a few items here, few items there. The next time you go shopping for groceries, pick up some additional water, additional non-perishable items, and put them away in a special place in the home so that if, in fact, we find ourselves under the gun again, you will already be prepared. Supply chain crisis, won't have to worry about it. Long lines at the store, won't have to worry about it. And if you are in possession of a generator, particularly a portable generator, now's the time to do the needed maintenance. Go ahead, change the oil, get your new spark plug, new air filter, the whole nine, because you should know by now that in a place like ours where hurricanes this time of year, starting in a month, will be more of the norm than the exception, you can never be too prepared. You can be not prepared enough, but you can never be too prepared. The old adage is the ounce of prevention is worth more than the pound of cure. Consider yourselves warned and informed. Recent trends show that it might be another rough road. Another, yes, I do speak English, I'm not Joe Biden, another tough row to hoe. We want to be prepared well in advance. We are just around the corner from the first break of today's show. When we come back, you've seen it, the freak out on the left over abortion. It started, and these people, these folks are not stable, y'all. Some of the stuff we're hearing, some of the allegations and charges being levied, makes you wonder about the mental stability of many of our fellow Americans. We'll talk about that when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Hi, I'm Bobby Yarborough with Manda Fine Meats. Here at Manda, we know what the folks of South Louisiana love. They love great flavored smoked sausage, delicious deli meats, and specialty items like boudin and andouille sausage. Manda Fine Meats has been providing these products since 1947. We produce them right here in Baton Rouge, so you know you're always getting the freshest product at your local grocery store. Manda Fine Meats. Taste the fresh local flavor in everything we make. Make it Manda every time.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent. Depend on us for service, for selection, for price. Get huge Whirlpool savings. Shop now and save on Whirlpool appliances throughout the store. Plus, experience our price match guarantee and ask about special financing.
You can depend on the know-how of people who live appliances every day.
Bolello's Furniture and Appliances, your dependable independent with nationwide buying power.
I owed the IRS $10,000.
The IRS garnished my wages.
They put a lien on my house.
I'm self-employed and didn't report all my income. They claim I owe a lot more than I do.
The IRS is the most powerful collection agency in the world. They do not give up until you pay.
I couldn't sleep. We were being audited. I called Tax Solutions Now, and a great big weight was lifted off my shoulders.
I called Tax Solutions Now, and they got the IRS off my back.
Tax Solutions Now had my wage garnishment lifted in 48 hours.
Tax Solutions Now can get you help. Our agents know the rules, can stop the pain, and get you the best deal.
Tax Solutions Now saved my business.
I qualified for the Fresh Start program. I paid less than I owed.
We connect you with a team of former IRS agents and tax professionals who get the IRS off your back. Time is running out. Call Tax Solutions now.
Call 800-778-4345. 800-778-4345.
The Mazda CX-30, named an IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus. Perfect for the journey ahead.
Start your journey in a new Mazda CX-30. Right here at Team Mazda on Airline.
Hi, gang. Clarence Bugs here, inviting you to come by Old School Barbecue, 10655 Coursey Boulevard, where we tape the show live every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 11 o'clock. Come by and feast on news, sports, current events, love of God and country, and lots of common sense, along with some of the best barbecue anywhere on the planet. 10655 Coursey Boulevard, Old School Barbecue, home of the Clarence Bugs Show.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club, a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystoneCountryClub.com.
Make it a double, bro. Oh, we're back. Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bugs Show. I am sure you've heard by now, after the leak of a draft brief from the Supreme Court on the topic of Roe v. Wade, abortion, the left losing its collective minds. There have been all sorts of folks issuing all sorts of statements, hoping to sway the opinion of the justices and the American public at large. It is disingenuous at best. Well, let me rephrase that. Disingenuous at worst, ludicrous at best. Let's set the record straight here, guys and girls. Number one, it's a draft. It's not a final decision, albeit the most reasoned, well thought out decision regarding abortion you will ever find. Of course, now you have to read it to find that out. But the fact of the matter is, it's just a draft. So justices could change their minds, could change their opinions, could change their stance between the time the draft was composed and the actual decision handed down. That's number one. Number two, and maybe even more important, the mainstream media and the left want to freak everybody out by saying they're going to ban abortion. Nothing, in the words of my esteemed former band director, Dr. Isaac Greggs, understand me thoroughly, nothing could be further from the truth. If this draft were to end up being the final decision, it would not ban abortion. It would simply return that decision to the purview of the states. Pure and simple. Now, I know that there are quite a few of you watching right now that thought it would be okay to sleep through civics class. I know there are some watching right now that thought, well, it's just American history. I can sleep in that class. Not a big deal. Had you not slept, you would have known that the foundation of this country, the founding fathers in their wisdom understood there will always be someone that, if you allow them to, will seek more power and more control. That's why they specifically enumerated certain powers for the federal government, and all the rest of them were assigned to the states. They knew that if we allow this all-encompassing, monolithic federal government to grow out of control, we would end up just like where we left, where a king and a queen could just wave their hand and say, I decree, and the citizenry must bow a knee. We fought a war so we wouldn't have to do that anymore. And the founding fathers recognized this, so they gave only certain powers to the federal government. Now, you show me where it is written in the Constitution that this right can be bestowed by the federal government. I'll save you time reading it because it's not in there. But had you not slept in civics class, you would know this already. The media is going to try to hoodwink, bamboozle, and snooker you. They're going to ban abortion. No, they're going to return it to its rightful place, the purview of the states. That's what this country is founded upon. But again, when you sleep in class, that's what happens. You are uninformed and therefore very, very easily persuaded. By the way, did you know 1974, 1 year after Roe v. Wade was enacted, you know who the only Democrat senator to vote against it? You know who that was? I'll give you a hint. He is now the president of the United States. That's right. It was Joe Biden, the only one who said what conservatives are now saying. Funny how that works, isn't it? And then, 10 years later, he doubled down on it, reiterated his stance. But now, all of a sudden, flip-flop, 180 degrees opposite from what he told y'all. Kind of sounds like the typical politician, doesn't it? Say what you need to say to get the job, and then after that, do whatever the hell you want to do, because you're in office. Now, you do realize, do you not? Since Roe v. Wade was enacted, more than 63 million babies have been killed in the womb in this country. More than 63 million. Now, the left and the mainstream media, they don't miss a trick. They are going to make it a point to throw the race card in the discussion. Oh, well, you against helping black women. You do realize, do you not? Of the more than 63 million babies killed in this country, black women only make up 6.5% of this country's population, but they are responsible for 28% of the abortions in this country. So if you do some rough math, abortion has been responsible for killing more than 17.5 million black babies. Just imagine for 1 second if Republicans or conservatives had been responsible for legislation that resulted in the death of 17.5 million black children. Imagine what the media would say. Imagine what the left would say. Imagine what Democrats would have to say. We all know, that's rhetorical. You don't have to answer. We already know the answer. Oh, those racist, evil so-and-sos. All those millions of black babies. But it's their policies that have made it possible. And this, by the way, is from a group of people that will tell anybody who will listen. They can smell racism from 50 miles away. Ooh, there's some racism around here. I smell it. They can smell racism. But they have no problem telling you that the conservatives are racist when their policies have resulted in the deaths of more than 17 million black babies since Roe v. Wade became the law of the land. How many times do I have to tell you? How many times do you have to be used before you wake up to the reality of what these people are doing to us? They will take every opportunity available to tell you how evil and racist conservatives are. Anytime, anywhere, to anybody who'll listen, they will hammer that point home. And yet, it is their policies that have been most destructive to the community of color in this country. At some point, hopefully, at some point, you'll wake up and realize this. Hopefully, at some point, you will listen to your fellow Americans that the media and the left continually demonizes. And then you'll start to think for yourself. Because at the end of the day, the least educated, the most incarcerated, the most single-parent households, percentage-wise, the most aborted, and the list goes on and on and on and on. At some point, you need to ask yourself, what has my community gained by voting Democrat every time for the last 60 years? If you can tell me one good thing, I'll shut up. But I know I'm going to be talking for a while because you can't. You can't name one single thing. That, my friends, should tell you everything you need to know. Bottom of the hour break. When we come back, the next segment I will entitle Embarrassing and Dangerous. That's next when we continue today's edition of the Clarence Bugg Show, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
Got termites? Get Premier Pest. PremierPestServices.com.
Driver assistance technology comes standard on every Camry model as part of Toyota Safety Sense, setting the standard for safety every time you're on the road, no matter the destination. Save on your Camry today at Team Toyota, I-12 at O'Neill.
Hi, I'm Katie, Operation Manager here at Old School Barbecue. We're excited about all of the changes here at Old School, and we'd like to invite everyone to come out and enjoy some delicious barbecue at Old School prices. We feature brisket, chicken, ribs, sausage, and the Boss Hog pulled pork sandwich voted best deal in town. We also have live music Friday and Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. 10655 Coursey Boulevard. We can't wait to see you.
Hello guys, it's Debbie. It's time. I've got a brand new location. 10510 Airline Highway, Baton Rouge, next to After 5 Tuxedos. We have the perfect spot to get all your wedding and formal wear needs. Come see our one-of-a-kind name brand and get great prices. With 30 years experience, the best customer service anywhere. It's Debbie's Bridal, Airline Highway, Baton Rouge. See you soon.
Hi, I am Dr. Farrell Frugier Jr., and I am a general dentist at Frugier Family Dentistry. I was born and raised in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. I went to Catholic High School, LSU, and LSU School of Dentistry in New Orleans, where I received my DDS degree in 1986. I always have and will continue to be committed to continuing my education, to invest in technology which makes the diagnosis and delivery of dentistry more thorough, more comfortable, and more aesthetically pleasing. In our practice, we are here to serve the patients. We want to improve their quality of life and to develop relationships with our patients. In dentistry, we have a chance to impact lives on a daily basis, not just by doing dentistry, but by getting to know them and being a part of their life. We also believe in giving back to our community. So every year, we give back to the Greater Baton Rouge Food Bank, Toys for Tots, and Mary Bird Perkins Cancer Center. Please stop by and visit our office. We would love to take care of you and your family.
Hi, I'm Hurricane Betsy Barnes.
And I'm Dr. Kay Siller with the Rocket Right Show.
We are two busy blondes on the go showing off life in Louisiana.
Watch us on Pelican Sports Network.
And Talk 107.3 FM. Check local listings for times.
Caught spiders. Premier Pest Services.
Welcome back to today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. You know, it's amazing how you can get used to certain things. Since the advent of the Biden-Harris administration, those of us that get our news from sources other than the mainstream media, who have gone out of their way to hide this from the American public, we've come to understand and, quite frankly, to expect that the leader of the free world, President Joe Biden, at any given moment might say anything. We now have a president who at any moment might say the most outlandish, nonsensical lie you've ever heard. It's gotten so bad now. Many of us, when we find out the president is going to speak on such and such at such and such time, we run to the kitchen and pop some popcorn and grab a drink, because we know, God only knows what the leader of the free world is going to do today. We've gotten to the point where we almost expect it. I mean, you've heard it ad nauseum. Well, when I was a truck driver, Mr. President, riding in a truck does not make you a truck driver. When he tells us, well, I've ridden over 1 million miles on Amtrak. The conductor told me. Yeah, but you claim this guy told you he retired 17 years ago. And of course, the list goes on and on and on and on. And at some point, those of us paying attention, we just kind of expect it. But this week at the White House, the decline in the mental acumen of the leader of the free world was on sad and tragic display for the whole world to see. At a reception at the White House, President Joe Biden was talking about the state of Delaware. And he said, and I quote, "There have not been many senators from Delaware. It's a small state. As a matter of fact, there's never been one." Now, moments ago, I referenced what you will get if you sleep in civics and American history. There's never been a senator from Delaware because it's a small state. Number one, since Congress was formed, every single state in the Union has them. Everybody, every freaking state has 2 senators. So apparently, Joe slept through civics class as well. But even more telling than this, Joe Biden, quote, "There have not been many senators from Delaware. It's a small state. As a matter of fact, there's never been one. Except for Joe Biden, who was the senator from Delaware for, wait for it, 36 years. This guy held the job for 36 years and cannot remember it. What else do you need to know? You held the job for 36 years in the highest legislative body in the United States of America. And you don't remember it. Now, let me say for the record, y'all, I don't blame Joe Biden. Anyone who has had a family member that suffers from dementia of whatever degree, Alzheimer's of whatever degree, you understand full well, I'm going to use my Louisiana here, bless their little old hearts, they don't know any better. Bless his little old heart, he can't do no better. I'm sorry, English teachers, I didn't give y'all the heads up on that one. Bless his little old heart, he can't do no better. I don't blame Joe. But I do blame his family, Dr. Jill Biden. That's elder abuse, to put that man in that position. Not to mention to put our country in that position. And the media was complicit in it. They knew this ahead of time. Anybody over the last 18 months, give it 2 years, that talked with this man had to know he's not all there. But they colluded in hiding this from the American public. There is no way on God's green earth you're going to tell me Democrats didn't know that Joe Biden's mental faculties are not all there. They hid it from you. And ironically, this is the same group of people that told us all of the problems in America are due to old white men. And what did they do? They conned you into voting for an old, senile white man. And the rest, as we say, is history. You know what's ironic? And this is how you can tell real easy that the progressive wing of the Democrat Party, they are as fake as the day is long. These are the same people that demanded Donald Trump needs to take a test to be sure he's sane. We can't trust this man with the nuclear codes. And now the nuclear codes are in the hands of a man who has forgotten the job he's held for 36 years. You see how they play you? They don't miss a trick. You see how you're being played here? This man on any given day doesn't know who he is, doesn't know where he is, doesn't know what the heck he's supposed to be doing. Why am I here? What am I doing? When you have to send a staff member in an Easter bunny suit to round him up, this is where we find ourselves. And quite honestly, a lot of people won't tell you this, but I will. I've been doing it too long to stop now. The only thing scarier than having a guy in charge that has forgotten the job he held for 36 years, the only thing scarier than that is the person in line behind him. The media says 81 million people voted for Joe Biden, the most popular guy in the history of this nation. 81 million. That's got to be a record for playing. That's got to be a record for the number of people that were hoodwinked, snookered, and bamboozled at one time. Maybe now, you will start to realize how important it is that you vote policy and not party. See, many of y'all, you go in the booth, you have no clue about the qualifications, the experience, the policy of the folks you're voting for. All you do is look for the letter behind the name and look up, check mark. That's who I want. Simple question. How's that working out for you? Just a question. Just a question. Final break of today's show. When we come back, we'll put a big old pretty bow on this puppy and wrap up today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show, right where you got it, only on the Pelican. Stay close.
You can't smell it, but you can almost taste it. And whether it's for a family get-together or a game day feast, having Manda in the mix always sounds good. For 3 generations, their quality meats and original seasonings have made Manda a Louisiana legend and made their family sausage Louisiana's family sausage. Manda Fine Meats, the flavor says it all.
Treads & Care Tire Company announces its new location on Hooper Road in Central. Locally owned for 50 years, Treads & Care is known for quality automotive repair with top-notch customer service. Treads & Care offers the convenience of shuttle service and pickup and delivery of your vehicle. You can also enjoy the comfortable customer area, complete with workstations, high-speed internet, and a complimentary coffee bar.
I'd like to invite you to come out and see us at our new location in Central.
Treads & Care, the tires you need and the service you want.
Live and play on the fairway at Greystone Golf and Country Club. a serene, challenging golf destination located in Denham Springs. For tee times and membership opportunities, go to GreystonCountryClub.com.
Tremonti's has meat. Tremonti's has seafood. Tremonti's has much more. Tailgating and home gating platters. Huge wine and liquor selection. Beer and all the spices you need. Chairman Reserve and Wagyu meats. Ribeye rolls, shrimp rolls, kebabs. 20 flavors of sausage for the grill. Daily lunch specials and game processing. On-site catering also available. Good meat ain't cheap and cheap meat ain't good. Visit Tremonti's.com.
Sometimes life is wonderful, and sometimes it's not. Cherish the good, but always be prepared for life's challenges. At Private Healthcare, we provide the peace of mind you deserve. With Private Healthcare, you'll get the coverage you want and healthcare you need. If your employer doesn't supply healthcare coverage and you don't qualify for Medicare or Medicaid, you need to give us a call right now. Private Healthcare is private health insurance for ages 65 and under with medical, dental, vision, and even prescription coverage. When life comes at you unexpectedly, you need to be ready, and health insurance is your financial safety net. Health insurance has never been so easy and affordable. If you're looking for health coverage at the best price and your annual household income is $35,000 or more, call the number on the screen now and speak with a live healthcare consultant. Don't wait. Get the coverage you need now.
Welcome back for the final segment of today's edition of the Clarence Bug Show. In the last segment, bless his little old heart, we talked about Joe Biden, his gaffes, and the whole line. But also this week at the White House, yesterday, as a matter of fact, Joe Biden took the opportunity, as many on the left will do, to demonize those of us who are conservative and those of us who believe in the greatness of this country. Bless his little old heart. Even with a teleprompter, he called us the mega Republicans, and then realized what he said, oh, those MAGA Republicans. Joe Biden finally figured out it's MAGA, not mega, and then said the following, quote, the MAGA Republicans are, let me be sure I get the exact quote correct. Here we go. The most extreme political organization that has existed in American history. Quote, this MAGA crowd is really the most extreme political organization that has existed in American history. So if I take the president at his word, the most extreme political organization in the history of America, these MAGA people. That would mean, since we're talking about extreme radicals here, that would mean it's the MAGA conservatives that have been trying to teach your children that a boy can be a girl and a girl can be a boy. Oh, wait, that's right. That's your Democrats, President Biden. Since the MAGA conservatives are the most radical political organization in American history, that means they are the ones that say, well, let all the illegal immigrants into this country, don't test them for COVID, put them on a plane in the dead of night and ship them to cities all across America. Don't tell the mayor, don't tell the governor. Oh, wait, That's right. That's your Democrat Party, President Biden. Since the MAGA folks are the most radical political organization in the history of America, that means they are the ones responsible for a policy that's allowed for the murder in the womb of more than 63 million American babies. Oh, wait, that's right. That's your Democrat Party, Joe Biden. So the MAGA folks, they're the most radical political organization in the history of this country. That means they are the ones responsible for taking God out of the classroom, taking God, trying to take him off your money, and want to take him off the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, wait, doggone it, that's right, that's your Democrat Party, Joe Biden. But the MAGA folks, they are the most radical organization in the history of this country. So they are the ones that want biological boys to be able to compete against biological girls in athletics. Oh, silly me, that's your party, Joe Biden. The MAGA folks, the most radical political organization in the history of America. They are the ones responsible for defund the police. Uh-oh, never mind. That's your party, Joe Biden. The highest inflation in the history of this country, the highest gas prices in the history of this country, chalk it up to them MAGA folks. That's your Democrat Party, Joe Biden. MAGA folks, according to Joe Biden, the most radical political organization in the history of this country. So it was conservative policies that led, after defunding the police, to nearly 10,000 black folks in this country being victims of homicide last year. Oh, wait, that's right. That's Democrats. That's your party, Joe. But he will get on national television and attempt to castigate, denigrate, call folks who want nothing more than to exercise their constitutional rights the most the most radical political organization in the history of this country. And I could go on and on and on. I don't have enough time to list all the idiotic, stupid policies that the left has been attempting to push. But that's what they do. You can always tell what a liberal is really doing. All you have to do is listen to what they accuse other people of doing. It's real simple to figure it out. Try it. I dare you. I'm going to go back to elementary school. I double dog dare you. Listen to them. And then do your research. And you'll find out every single time the things that they want you to believe the other side is trying to do, that's exactly what they're doing. Listen, y'all, I get it. I understand. Many of you still, after all of this, many of you are still hesitant to embrace the truth. Listen, I get it. At one point, I was there. I didn't realize until I had the awakening. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. When you find out you have been betrayed, when you find out, my God, these people have been playing me all my life. When you find out that these people took what is arguably your most precious constitutional right, your vote, and used you as a pawn. It's not comfortable. First thing you get is angry. My God, how could they betray my trust like this? Then after you get angry at them, you get angry at yourself. How could I have been this stupid? People like Clarence and other people, they tried to tell me, how in God's name could I have been this stupid? But now, after the anger subsides, you will get a peace that is unlike anything you have ever experienced. Because then, when you find out the truth, you then dedicate yourself to making sure this never, ever happens to me again. You then dedicate yourself to, I'm not going to ever vote again without doing my research. See, many of y'all think that, Clarence, you're always talking about vote. Go vote, go vote, go vote. Well, I went, I voted, I did my part. As an American, when you vote, your job has just begun. Your job as an American is to ride herd on the people that you honor with your vote. You give them that vote in hopes of them doing the right thing with it. But if you don't pay attention to what they're doing, what's the old adage? If the cat's away, the mice will play. Yeah. And all you have to do is bend down and look in that little bitty mouse hole, and you will see the Democrat mice just playing away. It's not comfortable. I get it. Again, I was there once until my eyes were opened. That awakening occurred. And ever since that day, it's a whole different me. I challenge you, my fellow Americans. I challenge you to try it. Find out for yourself. Stop letting these folk sell you a bill of goods. Because remember, the old adage, everything that feels good to you ain't good for you. Ask the United States of America that in less than 18 months has gone from the leader of the free world to the laughingstock of the planet. My time's up, y'all, and I gotta go. But this day, just like every other before it, I give it to you. You know what? You are so right. America, we're not perfect. But for this old boy's money, it's the best there is. And God knows there's no place else on his green earth that I'd rather be. Speaking of the good Lord, you do realize by now that he loves you, right? And I hope you know that I do too. Either way, there ain't a doggone thing you can do about either one. Love you much. God bless. Appreciate you, Marty.